The only other thing is there's a Challenge Cup final. We haven't really discussed the Challenge Cup
At all,
this
really.
year.
Yeah,
it's
we watched bits of
a
it.
tier below. We have been watching it.
Yeah.
It's the perfect final for what the tournament has been. Two wonderfully attacking French teams.
Deserving, and they got the better of their English rivals in the semis, which was right as well. They were better teams.
The absolute shame for the tournament that it's like they're two great teams. They're two wonderful sets of fans, and it's thoroughly disappointing. Unfortunately, it's just it's not, I'm not saying it as a criticism. It's just reality that like the stadium is not going to look well.
St James's Park,
St James's Park is a very big stadium, and they're just not going to travel in any kind of numbers for a Challenge Cup final. So they'd be doing well to get 10,000 into St James's Park. They'd be doing very well to get 10,000 into that game. And
I don't know.
Unfortunately, after I don't think so. And after the semi-final, where everything was looking so beautiful in their respective home stadiums, and it was a bit of a lesson to the top tier competition with its empty seater
Rico Arena
that it's like
shambles that
no, you get the team. We're not big enough to sustain
neutral venues
for semi-finals, and in fact few sports are. Like in soccer, the Champions League semi-finals, whatever, they're happening at the moment, and they obviously have the luxury, it being not as traditional a sport, of having home and away legs.
Yes.
So they can play like whatever 4 games in 2 weeks, where you very can't do that in rugby.
Yes.
But they acknowledge that a neutral venue is finals only. You can't have a neutral venue for a semi-final. People aren't going to travel in the numbers for that.
Indeed.
It's crazy.
Especially if it's a neutral venue in Coventry, where no trains go apparently. And
to see the world's ugliest stadium.
Stadium's
ousts the cake tin as the world's worst stadium.
You really don't like the cake tin.
The cake tin is a hideous ground as well.
But it was abysmal. And the Challenge Cup, speaking of discussing that, it looked much better.
It looked sensational.
You want that. You want to have the colour and the noise of home teams. Also, in keeping with what the NFL do, I don't mind, like, a lot of people talking about neutral venues more fair. I think it's more fair that whoever did really well in the groups has the right to a semi-final.
In fact, like you would have said back in the day, but whoever gets the Italian team, etc., etc. But that has actually, with the narrowing down of the tournament, every pool is tough. If you finish top seed, you've earned it.
Indeed.
And so absolutely, I agree with you. And in the NFL, whatever, even in the AFC and NFC championship games, there's a hosting team. The team with the best record gets to host
you
that
get to
match.
host it.
It's true of all sports, and I think they should stick with it in rugby, because the colour of those two semi-finals was great. And it is true that a theme of this year has been sort of muted crowds, and that does come from, as much as we admire Saracens on the field and everything Mark McCall has done, their fan base is not in the elite tier.
No, it's
Leicester
not.
Tigers have obviously free fall down. One of the best fan bases. And then La Rochelle and Clermont competing in the Challenge Cup are two teams we would be delighted to see in the top tier competition, and would very be game for making knockout rounds of that competition. They're very good teams. It's going to be a fun game, even if it is going to be, because in James's Park and because it's a Challenge Cup final, there's not going to be a huge crowd there. But I think it's going to be a very fun game.
Yeah. I hope to be pleasantly surprised. I hope you're proven wrong on that, but I suspect you're probably right. Yeah. Well, unless they're like handing out tickets for a $5.
I hope they will. Hope they do that. Hope they do that.
What they should do.
Yeah.
Load of freebies, fill those seats.
Yep.
Get the tiers.
That's what Saracens used to do when they used to go to Wembley.
Yeah. It's like $5 ticket and whatnot. And stand up.
Yeah.
Saracens.
That was kind of a weird era for them.
It was.
They're playing games in Belgium.
Yeah, that's a bit
step too far.
Yeah, no, we won't be doing quarterfinals in Belgium, everybody.
Yeah.
But I'm excited for that.
I'm excited for the spectacle of rugby the two attacking teams are going to put on show, and my suspicion is Clermont will get the better of it.
Clermont
in a final,
to win a final.
Yeah, that's a good point.
It's a Challenge Cup.
It's a Challenge Cup final.
It's still a final.
It's discount final.
It's still a final. They'll be discount Clermont.
They'll be okay. They'll save their meltdown for the business end of the top tours.
Hopefully so.
Yeah.
But that's I don't know. You're going against all historical precedent to say that Clermont to win a final, says Daragh.
Fair enough. They won a Bouclier in 2010.
They did. 2010 though, even that's nearly a decade ago now.
It is.
Oh my god, that was such a good team. They're horrendous.
Was it 2011? It doesn't matter.
Yeah, we love Clermont, by the way. Leinster fans tend to really rate Clermont and really want them to win any tournament that we're not involved in.
Yeah,
and it's painful to watch, because you always get the feeling that they're going to blow it at some point. They're going to blow it. It seems to be built into the DNA of the club as much as beautiful attacking rugby at Christmas is.
Yeah, it's all true. Look at that team. They can't blow it. They're just going to score loads of tries, surely.
But we were even watching was it Northampton they were playing?
Right.
And they were like 30 points clear with like 15 minutes to go.
They have played there.
And then
like,
pressed the implode button.
Toulouse are playing beautiful attacking rugby, and it's kind of like the perfect iteration of what that can be. Clermont's is definitely a little clunkier and is coming with a lot more mad moments. It's a lot more, it's not just hectic, it's uncontrolled, chaotic, and comes with a load of try concessions. And
plus they do have a Vamahina in there, which is still a problem for any team, I would say. Like they have an Aturia, which is good.
Aturia is very good,
you know.
But they're making a lot of tries. They have Rakabak, they have Fofana. Like there's a lot of good there.
So much good
Pinot,
there. Pinot has been fire. Actually, he's been lighting up that tournament because he's international quality class, and he's just head and shoulders
and really settling into being a winger and embracing it, and
he is
looking good.
He reminds me a little Tommy Bowe. He actually does.
Tommy Bowe
reminds me a little of him. He kind of glides similarly, and he does glide. He can play 13 creditably, but is a dangerous winger when he's out there all the time. Covers the high field very well. He looks quality. He's definitely one for the World Cup,
and maybe one who wrestled them to a final victory with a try in spite of everything.
In spite of everything, that would be nice. They're trying desperately to blow it, but Pinot won't have it. Yeah, that would be nice. I like that picture a lot. But we'll see.
They, as you say, like it almost didn't occur to me because it's the Challenge Cup. It's not your A final, but it's like they probably do need to win it. They do. It'll hurt them again
if they lose this. Like even though it's just a Challenge Cup, that's not the point.
They've unquestionably once again been the best team in this tournament, and they're now
failed to win.
Yeah, so they need to. They
did that before. I think it was the year before they knocked us out. It was like 2011. Didn't they get to the final of the Challenge Cup in 2011 because they were in our group?
I don't know. They won a bouclier and then they started taking Europe seriously. But it might have been 2011.
I think it was 2011 because in 2012 Leinster.
Well, they first played us in 2010 when Brock James missed that kick in the RDS, and then we went on to the semi-finals to lose. But then in 2011 we had them in the pool. We knocked them out.
They went into the Challenge Cup from there. Got I think as far as the final and lost.
Right.
And then the year after. They did the same to us. We got them in the group. They knocked us out.
No, the year after we won again and beat them in Bordeaux in the semi-final.
Right.
And all the legend continued. And then the year after that, they beat us home and away, got their own back. We went on to win the Challenge Cup. They went on to lose in Dublin. We
were everyone there in Dublin just rooting for them, and instead we had to watch Dell and Armitage running away with the trophy.
Yeah.
No.
Indeed, and a happy Bourgeois, which is always a negative.
It's a terrible picture.
Yeah. But that's a long time ago.
It's ancient history now. But
that's where the Leinster-Clermont relationship formed, and that's kind of where Clermont in Europe built this just ongoing reputation for not being able to win things when it comes to the business end. So it is a curious game in that picture. That one's on Friday night, and certainly is worth a watch.
I would say so, because it's just going to be beautiful rugby anyway, regardless of all these other factors. Definitely give it a look see. And if you're near St James's Park, if you're near Newcastle, get out to it. 100%, go and watch it because it'll be class.
Thanks for watching the Overlap Rugby podcast. If you enjoyed that video, please like down below and subscribe for more videos, and please enter the comments section to join our conversation. Thanks.